When our experiences don't match our expectations, things can go to shit. People get demotivated, angry, request refunds. Things become emotionally charged when there's a disconnect between expectations and experiences. In this video, we're going to talk about expectation hurdles that you can adjust in your course before they even get started. I'm Dr. Catrina Mitchum, and I've been designing and redesigning courses online since 2009. So there are a lot of expectation hurdles, and you won't be able to sort of catch all of them, but we're going to focus on a few that should be relatively easy. The first one is that your marketing talked the talk and your course didn't walk the walk. So this is a good time to take a look at the design map or the learning journey that you made and see how it lines up with your marketing and sales messaging. I'm sure that anything that you find that doesn't match wasn't on purpose, but sometimes there is a mismatch, especially if you sold the course before you built it, or you built it and then your messaging has changed even though the course hasn't changed. If you did do it on purpose, then just get off my channel. This isn't the place for you. This hurdle, though, is an easy fix because all you need to do is make your messaging match what the course experience is like. And so this isn't just like what you find in the course. This is talking about how they're going to go on the learning journey. And so you can pull from that learning journey. You can pull from your course map to tell them the ways that you're going to help them, the ways that they're going to work through this, how they're going to reach the goals, what the goals are going to be, the kinds of support that you're going to offer. People are tired of just buying video vaults. Don't believe me? Watch my video. And so in your messaging, you can use all of that planning, all of that work that you've done to articulate how people are actually going to learn something and pull it into your messaging, because that's what people want. They want guarantees or promises that they're going to be set up for learning success. Skill level is another expectation hurdle that can be tricky to balance, because some of that is related to messaging and making sure you're getting the right skill level folks into your group, but it's also trying to anticipate how they're coming to you, right? You can't know the experiences of every person that signs up for your course. And so we are going to do a little assuming here, regardless of what they say about assuming, but we're also going to do some anticipating of our outliers, right? The people that come to us that don't quite fit, but want to do this anyway because their goals are the same. So while it's difficult to know what they come to you knowing and not knowing, we do have some fixes for a mismatched skill level. The first one is actually going back to that messaging, right? So in your marketing, saying this is who this is for. And when you do that, articulating what you're assuming that they know and don't know. And doing the same for who it's not for. So this isn't for someone who is at X skill level or doing this or doing that, because that can help them decide which bucket they fall into. And so when you're writing those descriptions of who it's for and who it's not for, make sure that you're including skills and knowledge in those descriptions. 2, we can fix this by offering bonus paths. And so that is a bonus path for a skill that maybe you thought they would come with and they didn't. And so you can create it as things to explore if you haven't yet. This might be helpful if. You don't want to make the rabbit holes go too deep, but it's okay to have some rabbit holes if it's going to fill a knowledge gap for someone that is coming to you maybe a little less prepared, but they wanted it. They wanted to jump in. So for example, if you have a course on making time for the things that you love, and you're anticipating that someone is coming to you already knowing what they love to do, having a bonus path for people that maybe don't quite remember what they like to do is a good option. So another expectation hurdle that can come up is a mismatch between goals. And that can be a mismatch between the course goals and their goals. So you can try to get ahead of that in your marketing messaging, but you can also help folks to blend those two things together in the course itself. So the other fix would be having them reflect on both. So even if you have a concrete skills-based course like learning to code something specific, reflections are super helpful in solidifying learning because it's a form of metacognition. So it's a form of thinking about your thinking, which we know helps with learning. So in trying to get ahead or fix the mismatch hurdle, you can ask questions like, what do you think the goals in this course are? What are your goals? What kind of overlap do you see between these goals? This can help set up what their expectation of what they're actually going to be able to accomplish, right? And so it might be that the goals in this course actually help them get to a bigger goal that they have. But if they don't get to that bigger goal by the end, they may not realize that you're helping them along the way. So people might come to you with certain expectations about the technology, right? Whether that is the type of program that you're using to host your course, or the way that you're delivering the content, or how they're going to interact with you. And so in the beginning, having something that says, this is the technology, this is how we use it, these are the expectations, getting in front of that can help remove that hurdle. Effort is another one. So I've said this before, but a lot of people want a quick fix. But learning something new takes effort. It should take effort. It tends to only really feel worth it when it takes the right amount of effort. But articulating at the beginning of the course those things, right? Like there might be times when this feels hard, and that's okay. That means that you're learning something. It shouldn't feel impossible. It should still feel doable. But things are going to take effort, and reminding them at the beginning, but also at the specific points that you identified in your learning journey where people tend to struggle a little bit more, because those are really like the pivotal learning moments. Another expectation hurdle that can come up is communication. And so this is a space where you really need to set up what your boundaries are and then communicate those. So I only respond to questions Monday through Friday, and I will do it within 48 hours. I will only respond to questions in this space. So sometimes your clients might have been DMing you in one space, but really you want all the course stuff to be in another space. So being very, very clear about how, when, where, and why communication is happening within a course or around a course can help make sure that the expectation and the experience match. And then support. So sometimes there is an expectation that support is going to be a very specific way, and it is in fact not that way. There's going to be a whole other video on support, but really the thing that connects all of these expectations hurdles is communication. So making sure that everything is very clear about what to expect can help make sure that their expectations are in the right place before they have the experience of your course. In the next video, we are actually going to cover engagement hurdles. I would say engagement hurdles also falls under expectations, but really it needs its own video. So if it's not there, it'll be there next week.